These are our notes on the distributive property in case you are not here on Wednesday and you need to catch up with us. So distributive property. All right, so let's look up here. We have this picture that represents when Danielle went to McDonald's, and this is the order that she had. So she had, we're going to say B for burgers. We're going to assign a variable. So she got 3 burgers, 2 fries, and a drink. So she got 3 burgers plus 2 fries plus 1 drink. Okay, so she got 3 burgers plus 2 fries plus 1 drink. So it says that she ordered this, and then suppose that 6 of her friends wanted to order the exact same meal. How many of each item would need to be made? Well, we could take this and write it 6 more times for each friend. 3b plus 2f plus d, 3b plus 2f plus d, 3b plus 2f. That would take us forever. Okay, so what if we wrote that I want the order 3 burgers plus 2 fries plus a drink, and I want to do that 6 times. Okay, so I've got 6, and then in parentheses 3 burgers plus 2 fries plus a drink. All right, so the distributive property allows us to take a number that's outside the parentheses. Okay, a number next to parentheses means to multiply. So to take a number outside the parentheses and multiply it by every single item inside the parentheses. So that's like saying, well, I have an order of 3 burgers. I want to do that order 6 times. So if I had 3 burgers 6 times, I had 6 more orders of that, then I would have a total of 18 burgers. But now I want to do the same thing because I don't just want to order 18 burgers. I also want to order 6 orders of 2 French fries each. So I would do this 6 times. And so 6 times 2 would be 12 fries. And then last but not least, I want a drink, but I want 6 orders of that. So 6 times D, remember there's a number 1 understood in front of that. So 6 times 1, well, I would need a total of 6 drinks. Okay, so the distributive property allows us to take a number outside the parentheses and distribute, which means to hand out, okay, so, or give out. It lets us distribute that number to every single thing inside the parentheses. Every single thing. You can't just do it to 1 or to 2. You have to do it to every single one. Okay? And remember, a number next to parentheses, like 6 next to this, means to multiply. Okay, so if we were going to define the distributive property lets us distribute. Okay, or in this case, it means to multiply. So in the distributive property, we're always going to be multiplying. So it lets us distribute a number to all the numbers inside the parentheses. So let's do some examples. I've got 2 examples here for you, and then we're going to do 4 of them on our own over here to practice. So here's my first example, 3 times, okay, because a number next to parentheses means to multiply, 5f plus 8. So step 1 is to distribute the 3 to everything inside the parentheses. And I put right here, draw your arrows. So draw your arrows is very, 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 very important. Because if you draw your arrows, it will remind you to distribute to everything inside the parentheses. So I drew an arrow from 3 to 5f and from 3 to 8. I distributed that 3 to everything inside the parentheses. I did to the 5f and to 8. Okay. Now we're going to rewrite the expression by multiplying the number outside the parentheses by everything inside of it. So as I draw arrows, I'm going to rewrite this here. As I draw arrows, I like to say it out loud, and whatever I say is what I write down. So I know a number next to parentheses means to multiply. So as I'm saying this, 3 times 5f. I write down 3 times 5f plus, here's my plus sign, 3 times 8. 3 times 8. So now that I've rewritten my expression with multiplication, I can simplify it. Well, 3 times 5f, well, 3 times 5 is 15, so I have 15 f's, and then plus 3 times 8 is 24. This is my simplified expression, because if you remember from combining like terms, we cannot combine these two because this has an f and this is just a constant. That's like saying 15 fish plus 24. Here's my second example. What if there's a subtraction? Perfectly okay, we're still going to follow the same steps. So step 1 is to distribute or draw your arrows. So 4 times 6, 4 times 6, minus 4 times 3c, 4 times 3c. Remember, as I draw my arrows, I like to say it out loud, okay? And as you say it out loud, whatever you say, write down. So 4 times 6 minus 4 times 3c, 4 times 3c. Now let's simplify. 4 times 6 is 24 minus 4 times 3c. Well, 4 times 3 is 12, so that means I have 12 c's, so minus 12c. It's important that you keep your order the same because order does matter. You could not flip-flop these because then it would be the wrong simplified expression. So that is your simplified expression. That's like saying 24 minus 12 cats. So a number minus cats. You can't have a number cat, so you can't combine them. So 24 minus 12c would be your final answer. So let's come over here and let's do some examples. All right, so step 1 is to draw my arrows. And I'm going to combine kind of step 1 and step 2 together at the same time. So whatever, I'm going to draw my arrow, and as I draw my arrow, I'm going to say it out loud. And whatever I say, I'm going to go ahead and write down. So 5 times 4b. So 5 times 4b. Plus 5 times 9. 5 times 9. Now I'm going to simplify. 5 times 4b, well, that would be 20 b's, plus 5 times 9, that is 45. And that is my final answer because I cannot combine those because they are not like terms. That has a b and that does not. Okay, so let's look at number 2. Again, I'm going to draw my arrows, and as I draw my arrow, I'm going to say it out loud, and whatever I say, I'm going to write down. 10 times 7, 10 times 7, plus 10 times 9e, 10 times 9e. Now let's simplify. 10 times 7 is 70, plus 10 times 9e, well, that would be 90e. Final answer. Notice how I don't ever switch my order, okay? Whatever I draw my arrow to first, that's what I write down first, and I always keep it in that order. Okay, number 3. 7 times 3g, so 7 times 3g, minus 7 times 2. 7 times 2. Well, 7 times 3g, that is 21g, minus 7 times 2 is 14. Final answer. Okay. Now, on this one, 9 times 11, so 9 times 11, minus 9 times 5h, 9 times 5h. All right, and now let's simplify. 9 times 11 is 99 minus 9 times 5h. Well, 9 times 5, that would be 45h. Final answer. And after this, I went back and looked at this one, and I noticed on yours that it's written like this. So let me do it that way real quick to show you. Okay, you're going to get the same answer. So I'm going to start with the 7, and I'm going to go all the way to the front. Okay, so 7 times 3g. 7 times 3g minus 7 times 2. 7 times 2. So that would be 21g. 7 times 3 is 21 minus 7 times 2 would be 14. So you notice that it was written like this on your paper, but since you're just multiplying this number, you can put it in front and multiply out that way. So you can just move it to the front. All right, flip the 7, put it over here on the front, because you're going to end up getting the same answer anyway, so it doesn't matter, and we're more familiar with this configuration right here. So why don't you just flip your 7, or if the number's back here, just move it to the front and then do your normal arrows. All right, so these are your notes on distributive property.